So because Chinese medicine takes syndrome differentiation very seriously, so also in the case like this, for example, depression, also you can divide into many kinds of depression based on TCM theory. For example, if the patient come with anger, like the people that have depression with easily to get angry, but angry with himself, angry with other people. So you might think about liver that get involved in this depression, and also you can looking for another symptoms of the patient, like easily to get angry, period pain, or like breast pain during the period or before the period. And also for like obsessive thinking, like the people thinking a lot. The depression that with the person that thinking a lot, or worry character, how like worry a lot of things. Also this one, spleen get involved in this depression. And also you can looking for the spleen symptom, like diarrhea, bad appetite, or like lack of memory, forgetful. Or for the kidney, if the kidney get involved in depression, that people will come with panic, like afraid of a lot of things surround them, and then not be not confident enough, or like afraid of a lot of things, be paranoid like that. So also based on the spiritual activities, like the abnormal of the spiritual activities, it can also show that and can help you to make a differentiation, like in depression here. And also like stress, depression, insomnia, also very common in the clinic nowadays. I don't know about in German. Yes, also a lot too, right? Very common. And after I finish talking about ghost point or about information today, I will talk more about how to treat insomnia and how to treat epilepsy and depression based on Dr. Who clinic, because I know that you guys are like might be able to meet a lot of patients with this kind of diseases. So the treatment principle is very simple. It's very simple. Regulate spirit. So we talk about regulate. So we not talk about bull or like tonify. We not talk about reducing. We talk about regulate. So when you apply the acute point, like ghost point, you're not going to do it like reducing technique or like tonifying technique. You can do regular manipulation. I will talk more about that later. But why we have to regulate spirit, and also activity of spirit. What is activity of spirit? So you know qi ji or like qi mechanism or activity of qi. So we have qi itself, and also we have qi activity. And also in this case too, we have shen, and we have shen activity. And there are a lot of explanation about activity of spirit. But based on Dr. Who experience, she explained it's like activity of spirit is the root of human life activities, and it is a very important way to coordinate regulation of body function. So through regulate the shen activities, you can treat the body functions. So that is reason why we really emphasize about regulate spirit or shen and activity of spirit. So in 黄帝内经 we talk a lot about 黄帝内经 here because 神, this word, is first recorded in 黄帝内经in the section of root of spirit. So if you looking for more information or looking for more detail about spirit, you can look for 黄帝内经 or the Yellow Emperor in a section of root of spirit. And I got 3 sentences here today. First, they say 凡事之法必先本于神. So that means if you treat all the treatment of all the diseases, you should start from treating Shen. You should start from treating Shen. That is the words in the root of the spirit from 黄帝内经. And another one also from 黄帝内经素问 that talk about 6 diseases. They said there are zang and fu organs in the body, and there are thousands of which are sources of qi or vitality, and there are hundreds of bone and limbs for the use of activity of Shen, or what they say, or what I said, Shen Ji, or Shen activity. That means the normal function of limbs and orifices depends on activities of Shen. So regulate Shen, also you can regulate the function of limbs and also the function of zang and fu organs in the body. So that is how important, regulating Shen, how important it is. So someone might know about ghost point or not. I know. So ghost point, what exactly ghost points mean? So as you can see, here is the location of the ghost point, some of the ghost points. So what the ghost point mean? Before that, I gonna tell you what ghost mean in Chinese. So ghost mean the soul that leaves the body after the death of man. And the characteristic of it is invisible, intangible, hard to control, and changeful, because you cannot control the ghost, right? The ghost is invisible. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it. It's very changeful. It can go everywhere, it can travel everywhere. That is the characteristic of ghost. And also in ancient time, they believe that people with mentally illness caused by disturbance of ghost. The ghost just come to the body and then attack their mind or their spirit, and then cause the mental illness. That is the ancient time, how the Asian people believe it. But in TCM, in the classic books, they didn't record anything about exist of the ghost. So we not believe in ghosts based on TCM. We not believe in ghosts. But why we call it ghost point, right? So why? Because they compare the characteristic of ghosts like changeful, hard to control, and sometimes it's weird, with the characteristic of emotional and mental disorder. Like when people go crazy, insanity, they cannot control themselves. It's like disturbance of ghost. And also like epilepsy, when the symptoms occur, people might not able to control themselves, and other people cannot control it too. So it's hard to control and it's changeful. So that they compare those characters together, and then they call it ghost point. So to understand what is the meaning of the ghost point, you can understand it like this. Effective experience acupoints in treating emotional and mental diseases. And also, this is reason why I have to talk about the mental and emotional, a lot of things about that before we go into talk about ghost point. because the main function of ghost point is treating emotional and mental diseases. So here, ghost is not the real ghost. Yeah, it's just the characteristic of the ghost that they compare with the emotional and mental people, like the symptoms. So how the ghost point can treat the emotional and mental. So here are 6 mechanisms or the function of the ghost point. For example, be able to regulate yin and yang of the whole body. Why is that? Is that because 6 points of the total, the ghost point, 6 of the 17 ghost point is located on the Tu meridian on the back and Ren meridian on the front, which Tu meridian is related to your whole body, your yang of the whole body, and also Ren covers the yin of your whole body. So that is the reason why the ghost point can regulate yin and yang of the whole body. And be able to regulate function of heart governing spirit. Why? Is because 2 of the points from total is located in pericardium meridian, which is pericardium meridian is make a very close relationship between with the heart, and also is the protector of the heart from the evil outside too. So based on this idea, treating or using the pericardium points that are ghost point can regulate the function of heart to governing the spirit, and be able to regulate physiology function of liver and gallbladder. As you know, the liver is help to soothe the qi of the body, right? And also one of the point in the ghost point from the liver meridian. I will tell you later like which points, but I just show some of the mechanism of the ghost point first. And also one of the point from gallbladder. So they have the function of regulate the physiology function of liver and gallbladder, and have the function of regulate qi and blood. So in here, because 2 points from ghost point is well point, which is well point be able to regulate qi movement, and also qi and blood have a very strong relative. So when qi can flow well, the blood also can flow well too. So based on that idea, and have a unique manipulation technique. Do you know about this one? Like how they do like the ghost point in the Asian time? And when we will talk about it later. Some of the Asian technique we still use it nowadays, but some of them we not use it nowadays. So I will tell you like how we apply the ghost point nowadays. And also the last one, this is very important. Most of them are located in areas where blood vessels and nerves are distributed more widely. So why they located like that point? Because when the patient do a needle on the ghost point, they will have very strong stimulation, which is the goal that we want to achieve the ability to bring the spirit back. So we want like the strong stimulation. And that I said there are 17 points. You might confuse why it's 17, right? So because there are 2 versions of the ghost points. The first person the first person that recorded about ghost point is Sun Si Miao. Sun Si Miao, which is recorded in Tianjin Yaofang in Tang Dynasty. So this is the earliest. And another function after he recorded in Tang Dynasty, in Song Dynasty, there are doctor named Xu Qiufu has recorded in Zhenjiu Quying. So there are two versions of ghost points. And this is the point. So here is the Sun Si Miao version here. And here is Qu Xiufu version. So there are two versions, and they have 9 points that are the same. So total there are 17 points. So Shen Mai, bladder 62, Shang Xin 223, Hui Yin. But in the clinic we not usually use it because it's not suitable and not convenient, right? Hui Yin, Qu Chi, large intestine 11. And for Qu Qiufu version, Shen Ting 224, Ru Zhong, stomach 17, and Yang Lingquan, gallbladder 34, Xing Jian, liver 2, and the same points are Ren Zhong 226, Chengjiang, Ren 24, Shaoshang, lung 11, Yin Bai, spleen 1, Jianshi, pericardium 5, 216, Fengfu, and Jiache, stomach 6, Daling, pericardium 7, and Haiquan, extra point 11. For Haiquan, it's located under the tongue. So we prefer do blood lettering rather than do like the needle technique, like blood lettering. So as you can see, why the ghost point can regulate the liver and gallbladder because of Yang Lingquan. And another one is and liver 2. And you can see most of the points are located in very small place, like Renzhong, like between the gap, or Shaoshang in the gap here, or Quqi, the gap between the bones. It's not gonna locate it like in the belly, on the belly, or on the back, on the very wide space. Also, you can think as the ghost, they try hard to hide from the people. So they try to hide in the small gap, like here, it's like mountain. As you can see, it's like mountain, and then the cave. Our nose like cave to cover the ghost. So they hide someone like somewhere like that. It's not gonna hide on your belly because it's very easy and it very obvious to see. So total there are 17 points. So someone might want to ask which version we usually use in the clinic nowadays. So I asked Dr. Hu before, and she said we use all of them together. We not only use like Sun Si Miao because he is the earliest one, or because Qu Qiufu, maybe the name is more beautiful or something like that. But we're not going to just choose one version. We use it together. And don't be rushed. I will tell you how to use it. There are 13 ghost points in each version, and I will talk about it based on Sun Si Miao version because he earliest one, and Yep, for respect him. So, first one, I'd rather stand up. Palace of the Ghost. So, in 13 ghost points, they will have their name or their specific duty or place, like Palace of the Ghost, 鬼宫, or the House of the Ghost, where the ghosts live. There are 226 人中. It's like the home, like the house here. And these are the experience function of the ghost point of the 226. Madness or delirious. Like sin of ghost. Sin here means trust. So this point is the place that where the ghost trusts. So the ghost will come here oftenly. And it's located in Lang 11, Shaoshang. And I said that Shaoshang is located in the Lang meridian, right? And Lang is responsible for it stores po or corporal soul, which is related to feeling and like pain, itching, like that. And also you can use this point for people with itching skin, retching, or pain symptoms, or any symptoms that related to disorder of lung, especially corporal soul. You can use moxa. You can use needle. It's a little bit. It's not a little bit. It's pain, but yeah, but it works. Next one, Guilei, the wall of ghost. Spleen 1. The wall of ghost is the range of ghost activity. So the ghost will in this wall. The ghost will not go out from this wall. So when we are going to catch the ghost, we can look. We can go to this place for looking for the ghost. And because it's from spleen meridian, so based on the patient condition, if there are something go wrong with spleen meridian, also you can use this point. And also for addicted, right? Addicted to something, like addicted to alcohol or cigarette, and also you can use this point by doing needle or doing moxa. And also this one is one of the ghost crying point. Have you ever heard about this? Ghost crying point. So we believe that the emotional and mental caused by the ghost disturbance our body, right? So this point can make ghosts cry, and then when ghosts cry, ghosts will walk away, will go away. That is the easy concept to why they name it ghost point. Another one is heart of the ghost. Heart here, yeah, it means heart organ or the center, the big boss of the body. So you can find the ghost here. You can find the ghost here, and it's Daling, pericardium 7. And it is also original point of the pericardium. Also, you can use for the patient the symptom that related to the heart function, like insomnia, a lot of dream, uncontrollable smile, because heart is the feeling of the heart is smile. So with the patient that have a problem with smiling abnormally, like when I talk about at first about the case, that patient crying or smiling abnormally, so that one you can start from treating corporal soul the lung, and the heart, which is related to smile or joy, not concentrate, etc. Number 5, path of the ghost. The pathway of the ghost. The pathway that the ghost will walk by. Bladder 62, 生脉. So I asked Dr. Hu before, like how they do it in Asian time, like how do just if they whether they just do needle on the needle on the acupoint, or they do another methods. She said some of the classic book, they say they use fire needle on the bladder 62, but it doesn't clear enough. You tell like what kind of fire needle, because fire needle can mean the warming needle, like you do the moxa on top of it, or you do some real fire needle. That it doesn't clear. So there are a lot of concepts about how to use the ghost point in Asian time. And this point can treat forgetful, mental illness, and decline of will, because bladder has a relationship with the kidney, the external and internal relationship, right? So with the decline of will, or cannot be able to finish thing after making decision, that is the problem with willpower. So you can start by using this point together with other points. Occipital of the ghost, or the easy way to translate it is pillow, or where that the ghost places the head while sleeping, like the pillow. So based on this concept, the place or the pillow is when you sleep, right? So this point you can use for insomnia. 鬼诊分府 to 16. You can use for insomnia patient. And also these are some experience using like false perception, fear and sad, want to commit suicide. And there are pillow, and also they have bed. The bed of the ghost, where the ghost sleep. So also in this concept, also you can use for insomnia. The patient cannot sleep. Like here, 假车. Stomach 6. And also this one very commonly used in her experience. You can use it for insomnia, you can use for depression, you can use for stress, and any other that related to stomach. Like depression, especially depression that related to spleen or stomach. And here, no planning in work life. No planning in work life, because ideation or intellect, the E, is responsible for planning, making planning. Or with OCD people, like very strict in everything, also you can use this point for that. And also for like after stroke, the patient not be able to open the mouth, and here you can use this point for the local function. Here, local function. Or aphonia, people like has no sound, cannot speak, no sound. Also you can use this point. Okay, they have home, have pillow, bed, and the wall, and also they have the city of the ghost, where the ghost will gathering together gathering place and business place. So the ghost has to do business too. So it's called City of the Ghost. Ren 24, Chengjiang here, Chengjiang. This one can treat depression, especially silent, like keep silent, depression that keep silent, or madness and epilepsy. These are some of the experience function, but I will tell you later like how Doctor Who apply the ghost point in the real time. Yeah, they have Cave of the Ghost, where the ghost will hide when you're catching it. The ghost will find some place to hide. That are the caves of the ghost. Pericardium 5, from pericardium, which is also a Jing point or river point. So can treat some of the symptoms that related to the heart and pericardium, like headache, palpitation, insanity, forgetful, and easily to be shocked, and 梅和气 or globus hystericus, like feel something in the throat without anything. It's like just feeling it, but nothing there, because it's caused by emotional and mental disorder. And in insanity here, which kind of insanity? Insanity here is want to kill someone. The patient with the symptoms like want to kill someone and not afraid of obstacle, not afraid of fire, not afraid of water. They will jump in the fire. They will jump in the water without thinking. And also like speaking nonsense, speaking something nonsense. Hall of the Ghost. So as you can see, ghost has everything like a human. 223, 上星 223. This is the workplace of the ghost. The workplace of the ghost. So it can use for people that like to score, like to cry, to sing, whether maybe like the bad singing, but they still want to sing, and smile abnormally. Smile abnormally. Conceal of the ghost. Chinese one is 鬼藏. 藏 is mean to store, like storing. 会阴 Ren 1, that I said is not usually like commonly used in clinic, but it has a very strong function of helping people with when they cannot breathe after drowning like in the water. Yeah. Or the patient with coma or insanity. Minister of the Ghost. Minister of the Ghost. 鬼臣. Large intestine 11. This is the minister that ruled by the emperor. And for this one, because large intestine is related with the lung, and also you can use in case of like easily to cry or have the pain symptoms, and also like smile, hot insanity, like go crazy, irritate, and the last one is seal of the ghost. Seal of the ghost. This is under the tongue here. That I say that we prefer to do it like bloodlettering rather than needle. It's the border between ghost world and human world, and it separates the ghost and healthy qi. So there are some of the story that in the ancient time, that is like the story. I don't know if it's real or not, but there are stories like that. Like if insanity person come to the doctor, and then doctor use 13 ghost point. Start from the first one in order 1 to 13 points, and then the ghost will go away. But go where? They say if you're not strong enough, if the doctor not strong enough, the ghost will come to the doctor. So that is the reason why they will not do whole 13 points together. They will do 12 points and then let the point go to other place. But if you do 13 points first, maybe if you're not strong enough, the ghost will come to you. Or second, the ghost will die. You will kill that ghost. That is the the story behind that. So they said, so nowadays they're not going to do it 13 points together because they're afraid that the ghost will come to you or disturbance you. That is the history. And also, some of the history they use the silver needle, like the silver needle to do the ghost point, etc. That is history. But how Sun Simiao use it? How Sun Simiao apply the ghost point? As you can see, this is the Chinese one. Start from the first point to the 13 points in order. So he will do it in order, one by one. In the first treatment, this is based on Sun Simiao. For the first treatment, he will do first point, second, 3, 5, 4, 5. So they will do this in order in the first time of treatment. This is based on Sun Simiao. And the second time, they will do it in order too. You can choose 2 to 3 points. For example, you use the 7 and 8, or use 8 and 9. But you have to puncture, you have to needle it in order. That is the way that Sun Simiao used it. And it didn't record in the book clearly how many he used. But the thing is, he will do it in order. And the first round of treatment gonna be 1 to 5. And also they have the different requirement about the deep of the needle too, how deep they are. Like in the first Renzhong, the first point, he gonna go deep 3 layer, or some 5 layer, 2 layer. That is based on Sun Simiao method. But we not use it in nowadays. But the thing that we still use it is start from the left in male and start from the right in female. So, for example, how to, if this patient is female, start from the right side, right? So you will start from the right, 1, 2. This is, for example, the location is not right. 3 and 4. So up to down. So start from the right, left, and up to down. This is the concept of start from the left in male and start from the right in female. Because I will use this concept also in the 4 gates, also in the 5 heart acupoints. Do you have any question?
Yes, one question.
Yeah.
You said you won't needle the extra point, but what will you do? I didn't understand the word.
It's called the blood ladling. So like letting blood out.
Just point shortly and then bleed.
Bleeding.
Thank you.
Like bleeding method. So how Dr. Hu used the ghost point and another point to treat emotional and mental disorder. As you can see, there are a very complicated method how the Sun Si Miao used ghost point, right? But in here, it's gonna be more easier and more flexible. Here, it's very easy. She said, any point, you can choose any point in emotional and mental disorder patient. Any point can have the function of regulate spirit, any point. The second one, according to your diagnosis. For example, if a patient has some problem with the lung, corporal soul, or have the problem with the spleen, intellect. So you use the point that from that meridian. So based on your diagnosis. And third, according to location. According to location. The first meaning of location is it's suitable for you to choose that point. And it's suitable for also suitable for patient, like you're not gonna go to use Hui Yin or that, Hui Yin down there. Or if the patient afraid of the painful after you're doing some of the acute points, so you're not going to do it. Because the painful also can let the patient feel more depressed or more stressed too. And also, according to location of the pain, like if the patient come with knee pain, so you can choose Yang Lingxiang, gallbladder 34, because it's located around the knee, right? For like elbow pain, you can use large intestine 11, 2, because it's located around elbow. So again, there are very easy way to choose whether although I talk about how each of the ghost point can treat like insanity, epileptic convulsions, or other thing like score, cry, singing, smiling. But in real time, based on her experience, you can choose any point. You can choose any point. If you can remember just only 5 points of ghost points, you can use it. If you cannot remember every 17 points, but you remember here, here, or here, and also you can use it alternatively, changing. You can changing in different treatments. And also, start from left in male, start from right in female. You already understand this concept, right? How to use it. Left, right, and up to down. Up to down. And then I said they are talking about regulate spirit. We're not going to talk about reducing or boosting technique. So no obvious require in boosting or reducing techniques, because it's still is enough painful when you do the acupuncture on the ghost point. It's painful, so you don't have to do stimulation. But based on your syndrome differentiation, you can do the stimulation by boosting or reducing technique in other acute points. But also for some point, if it's possible to do the technique and you think it's suitable, you can do it too. like Chengdu, this place, the large intestine 11, you'll be able to do the technique. So in that case, if it possible, is suitable, you can do the technique. And also it's widely used in many diseases that will influence the patient emotion and mind. For example, the patient with facial paralysis or facial spasm. When the patient look at the mirror, they just like, no, it's not beautiful, it's not right, and they just think about it all day, and that also related or influence her emotion and mind too. And also like period pain patient, they're pain and then they're suffering from that pain, and also it will attack to the mind and emotion. And also like menopause, they're suffering from that irritability, like they get angry and they also feel uncomfortable, also will attack the emotional and mind. And also fatigue all day, we don't have time to sleep and we feel frustrated, we feel irritated. And also that is a very important reason that can influence emotional and mind too. So the patient with fatigue come to you and they just feel fatigue, and then you can use the ghost point too. Or insomnia, that we talk about insomnia. Maybe because in the daytime they think about a lot of things, and then in the nighttime that patient cannot be able to sleep well. So to regulate their spirit, also you can use the ghost point to treating insomnia. And another point that doctor will use too is called 4 gates point. 4 gates. Do you usually use this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question for the ghost points. How would you apply it?
How?
Can you apply it more often or once? It's once, or you do it more often?
Like how and how many points, right? You know how often
You do this treatment.
for the treatment. So if the
Depends on the case.
yeah, first is based on the condition of the patient. If they have the very very severe of, for example, depression, have a very severe depression, so you use more of the ghost point, like maybe more than 3 points of the ghost point. Or if like just straight because of pressure at work, you can do just 2 points in one time, and then you change the point in the second time. So you will do it alternatively, because as I say that ghost is changeful. They change it, it's changing every day. So you're not gonna find them in the same place. You are looking for another place too. We go to we go to its house, we go to its hall, we go to its bed, or another place that the ghost will hide. So first condition, the severe is severe or not. If it's just slightly straight, you can use just 1 or 2 with your basic points. Also, it's based on your syndrome differentiation. If it's very severe depression, also you can use more ghost points. It's very flexible. So that is the reason why it's gonna be more easier than the Sun Si Miao method. It is clear?
Yes.
Yeah. This is very popular one. If you don't know how to choose the point, you can choose this one first, especially for depression, because qi, when they got depression, because qi cannot flow well, and they the qi stagnation in some place of the body, so the mood not gonna go well, and not gonna have good mood, good sleep. Also, you can use this point. And also, if you be able to use it, if you be able to do it 4 points in the same time, like 4 points in the same time, it's gonna be better, especially for qi stagnation or qi disorder of qi movement. But if you can't, you can do it. The female start from the left, the right, and to the left, and up to down. So again, the female. Right, left, and down. And my friend Alex can tell the experience about using the different by using it in order or just do it in not in order. He can share the experience because he, now.
It's like this. After I graduate, I go back to Malaysia to work for 1 year. Then that time I have a stroke patient. It's a female. Then come forward. Okay, come forward. That time I have the patient is stroke and she is like 65 years old. Then I think it's after 1 week he have the stroke. Then she find me to do the acupuncture for her. Then for the first week I do the acupuncture, it's like also use the forehead and some common use the acupoints on the hand and the leg. Then and the head also, of course. Then it's not that effective that I thought. Then I go back and look at the books from Dr. Who and all the books of acupuncture, all the things. Then I find out that we need to use, Professor Who will use the points like have the what come first and like the woman come from the right, the guy come from the left. So I do the patient, the next day I go to the acupuncture treatment. Then I do the open the foreheads first. I do on the large intestine 4 for the right side, then the left side, then go to the leg, the right side of the liver tree, then left side liver tree. Then with combined together with others common acupuncture points and left there for 30 minutes. Then after we remove, I do this like maybe 3 or 4 times. Then I found out that her leg can lift out. For the beginning, the leg and the hand is like completely no moving. Don't have any activity like grabbing or moving. Then then I just do the acupuncture. Then have a bit crab like this. The toes for the leg can move a bit. Then can lift out a bit from the back, just a bit, but not that much, but just a bit. But I think it's a big improvement. So I continue this kind of the treatment for like 1 month. Then she can start standing, by standing with my help, of course. Then now I only do the acupuncture for 2 months, and she can walk by herself with the stands. Then because I come back here for further study, so I stopped the treatment and I lost her contact, so I don't know how she is now. But I think it's like you use this kind of the treatment, the manipulation is better than you just do the foreheads only.
Thank you. And yeah.
When you
And in Chengdu 学名节, so this book is talk about the name of the points. They say 合谷, large intestine 4, Tai Chong liver 3, called foregates, can opening the flowing. Opening the flowing, or big opening the flowing. What that is mean? The opening the flowing. Based on the idea of this, large intestine 4 is original point of yang meridian, belongs to Fu, and it's more likely to regulate qi more than blood, because it's the Fu organ is in yang meridian, and yang is qi is yang, right? And the liver 3 is original point of yin meridians, belongs to zang organs, and will regulate blood rather than regulate qi. So you can see there are yin yang, qi and blood, and zang and fu, zang fu, and up and down. So they located in very similar part of the body, like up, down, left and right, yin and yang, qi and blood. So you got all the thing here. So that is reason why they call it opening the flowing, especially big opening, to opening the qi flow of your whole body. So in case of the patient that had blockage of meridian, qi and blood, for example, stroke, like he said, and facial paralysis, facial spasm, or pain symptoms, a B syndrome, headache, hiccup, and amenorrhea, like no menses. Also, something get blocked in there, so the menses not come out. So that also you can use the 4 gauge for that patient. So we talk about hiccup. This is just another story. How you usually treat hiccup? Like when the patient hiccup. If it's like short of time, it's normal, right? But there are a lot of patients that come to Dr. Hu with like long term of hiccup, like years, months. So how you treat that one? So we might start from treating spleen and stomach, because because of the stomach qi go upward, and then the people will hiccup or like that. And I will tell you the method of Dr. Hu, how she treated. You might heard before some of the I think group today that go to Dr. Hu clinic might heard before about this, by using Shen Que. How many? On the belly button. Yeah. Ren 8. Thank you. We will do flash cupping. We will do flash cupping. Yeah. Yeah. Like flash cupping. Do it quickly. On Ren 8. Because this point is the this is the middle part of the body. And also is the name of the spirit as well. We do it flash cupping. How to do it? First, do it until the skin turns red, like red or pink, and then you can do it with stay cupping. So why it works? Do you know the tool that they will use when the toilet is stuck? Yes. Yeah, that idea. That is very simple idea, like very simple way to explain it. So, yeah. So, if our body is toilet, so something stuck there, and then the qi cannot flow well, it should go down. The stomach qi should go down, but it go up. Or when you have asthma, when you have asthma too, or when the qi go in the wrong way. Also, you can use this one too, the flash cupping. And the movement of the flash cupping, that's like relaxing and then pull and relax and pull, and also help the qi flow, and also the diaphragm also help the diaphragm to be normal, and then the qi can be able to go down. That is a very easy way to think about that. So asthma, hiccup, and all depression, because they got some qi stagnation in the body. So you can try this one for if you meet the people with like hiccup like that, and also combine with another point. 神门、神堂、神凤、神仓、本神, or 四神聪 around 220. And 神阙, that point, you can use cupping instead of using needle. Cupping, flash cupping, or staying cupping. And do 11. And another one is poised in second line of bladder channel, which related to 5 spirits. So there are bladder 42, bladder 44, bladder 47, and bladder 49, and bladder 52. 魄、神、魂、意、志. So that related to 5 spirits. So how to use it? Because these 3 is on the upper part of the body, and when you do it, you might afraid that it's gonna hurt the lung if you go straight. So one way you can do it oblique. You can do it like 15 angle or 45 angle, yeah. And don't go so deep. Or do the quick needle. Or doing plum needle, like let the bleeding method. The moving cupping. So moving cupping, you can do all along the back, from here to here. And this is also the concept of to tonify yang qi, because here is a very wide area, which is the part of yang. Here is yin, right? Here is yang. So if you want to tonify yang, you also can use moving cupping. The background of this idea is that you might say moving cupping is reducing technique. Maybe it's like really reducing something out. But they have the idea of when you see the reddish, like the reddish of the skin, so skin is broke by moving cupping, so it's bleeding. It's like bleeding underneath. So after that, the skin will we stimulate it to form the new membrane. So that concept is like to tonify the yang. That is clear, like kind of that idea, like the stimulate the reduce of the membrane, rebuild of the membrane. Or do guasha, scrapping or moving cupping. For example, the paralysis after stroke, especially for paralysis after stroke, cannot be able to walk, so not enough of yang qi. So using the moving cupping or like scrapping to boost the yang also is one of the methods Also, you can do on the 2 meridian too, 2 meridians. 5 heart center points. So 220, pericardium 8 and kidney 1. So you can see it's very painful, right? When you do puncture here, very painful. In this case, we're not going to use it in like people with slightly depressed, like slightly stressed or depression. We will do it in a severe case like insanity. People go crazy. When people go crazy or very severe of depression, like very severe, like want to commit suicide or want to kill someone. So how to do it? 5 points in the same time. So you have to five people together. So there are doctor told us the story, very good story. Back then when she was younger, like when she was in the night shift of the hospital. So one of the people, the male patient came to emergency room with insanity. So his parents take him to ER, and then the doctor from ER came to Dr. Hu and said, "Can you help me to do some acupoints to that patient, because that patient go crazy and cannot stop. You cannot control him." And Dr. Hu just go to look at the patient, and she said, "I want more 4 people to help me." So there are the emergency doctor, which cannot do needle, so pass. So look for another one, like the nurse, even though the nurse and then the internship that can do some of the needle. Dr. Hu said, "Yeah, come enjoy to help me." And Dr. Hu located the points for everyone, for the kidney, pericardium, and 220. And then the parents press the patient down, and then they do it like 1, 2, 3, and do it together. So it's very strong. And also during she left the needle for 1 hour, like 1 hour plus. And then during that they do the stimulation for her, like for 10 minutes, 15 minutes during the needle, during the treatment. You don't have to do it 1 hour of stimulation, because it's painful. It's really painful. And after that, after 1 hour, that patient just change like a normal person. And then doctor just let him go home, and the doctor from the ER, from emergency room, like so confused, and so worried about, like, why you let him go home, because maybe it's gonna get crazy again, like that. And then after the week or after like weeks, parents come to doctor, and then the doctor from emergency room said, "See, they might have the problem going on, but it's not. They come to thank you, Dr. Hu, because it's not gonna happen again after the treatment, the insanity symptoms." So that is story that she said she had a lot of experience about treating some patient like this, like insanity or like coma, insanity, depression, but she didn't have time to tell us. Yeah. She very busy every day, like from the 8 to 11:30, and then after that she have to go to enjoy her life and then take a rest, because she is now 76 years old now. And the last one is ghost crying points. That is it. Make the ghost cry, and then it will go away. So you can apply this point with this point alternatively. So one time of 5 heart center points and another day of ghost crying points. And where is it? First is located around the shaoshang or large intestine 11. Large intestine 11 and also here. Lung 11 and here. So both of them included in ghost point, and also spleen 1 and also the point above spleen 1 included in ghost crying points. So how to do it? In ancient time, they do it with heavy moxibustion by putting moxa cone above, on top of your point. So when the people come, you let the people do like this, and then you put the moxa cone on top of it, and until it burns to the skin. And then the people like start to cry. Maybe because it's not because of the ghost, but because of the hurt. That is painful. Yes, and that is the Asian time. They do it like that, 3 cones together. But they will not going to do it together like up and down, but they will change it in the next treatment. Alternate use. And so also in Bai or spleen 1, they will put the toe together and then cover by the moxa cone. So for making the long-term memory, okay, how to do it? First, ghost point, right? Every point you can use. If you can remember some points, you can use it. Don't have to be worried about. And according to diagnosis, according to the meridian, the diagnosis based on like the meridian of the symptoms. According to location, left from in a male and start from right in female. That is very important. Also been used in 4 gates. 4 gates, especially when qi stagnation or blockage of meridian, qi, and blood. And points with the name Shen. And second line of bladder channel. And 5 heart center points. I think you will remember it for a long time because of the story. And ghost crying points. So 10 minutes break.
Yeah.